All right, this video is for if you have your Avian ESC and you already got it all hooked up and you scroll to the right from your main screen. You just either with an NX you scroll to the right, but this is for an IX. So for an IX you're going to swipe to the right until you get all the way to the last menu, which is going to be Avian Prague. Now there could be other situations in the near future where something goes beyond Avian Prague, but this is if you have Avian Prague. You will follow these procedures. If you don't have Avian Prague, that's fine. You could just update your ESC. I have a video on that, so just search my videos for that one. It'll say update Avian ESC. But this is if you already have it, follow this. I'm probably gonna have to bind it again because I don't remember what model I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold this down. Oh, maybe I don't have to. Yep, look like it's arming, so it's still connected. So I got a servo connected to test that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over here to the radio, which is what we need to do. Avian Prague. Gyroscope, G-Force, Vario, and Avian Prague. And Vario is not on everyone either. All right, so if I hold up and left aileron, might be timed out by now. Oh, sorry for the shake. Right. Didn't time out. All right. So fixed wing, brake force. Right there is disabled. I'm gonna hit right one time because people want to see how you do that. You can still see the numbers. I mean the nomenclature pretty good. So you see right there, it's the arrow shows you what I'm on. I switched it from whatever it was to normal. Now I'm gonna go right proportional, reverse. Push down one time on the stick, and it's on 0. I like mine to be 0. If you want your prop to stop in the air as soon as you hit down throttle, then put that to a number, and it's gonna slow the prop. And if you put it on 1, it goes. If you go on 2, if you put it on 7, it's just like zoop. As soon as you hit the throttle, it just immediately stops. It's just weird to me, and it makes a funny noise. I don't like it, so I leave it on 0. It's never given me any problem. It's never burned anything out. So I'm gonna keep going with that. So from that point, I'm gonna just go down, cut off, search SW. Let's see what that does though. Go back up to it. Soft cutoff, hard cutoff, search SW. Let me look up search SW right fast. I don't know what that is. All right, this wasn't in the options before. I'm in the manual for the ESC, and it's probably, of course, another older device, just like the device itself, but it only has soft and hard. So soft is selecting will gradually reduce the ESC output to 50% when power reaches, and then hard cutoff is when it's going to cut off hard. So the surge SW is when you get that, like you get to the low voltage and you go zzz, 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 you'll hear the motor doing that. I'm fairly confident that's what it is. So I'm going to leave it on that. I'm not the kind of person, I don't fly to the max anyway, so I very rarely get to, I don't even know if I've ever have, unless it was one time with a mistake bird and somebody else fly it, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't fly to the max. I usually baby my batteries. So yeah, that's that. I'm a lipo cell. I'm gonna leave it on auto calculate. Cutoff voltage 3.4. I don't like that, so I'm gonna go left. Let's go to 3.0. I've done that before, and the battery is Spektrum battery, and it's got like 80 cycles on it now, so that doesn't kill it. And that's the same one I was just speaking about. Somebody else flew my bird until it was flat. And what my thought trend on that is, I would much rather make a mistake with my battery and ruin the battery than to crash the bird because it just shuts off on me. Which the cutoff volt would go in corresponding to that that lipo cutoff type. So it wouldn't shut it off completely. It would just start surging. So I could probably leave that a little higher. Like I say, I've never used it. Like at the end of the day, it always defaults. Now, I don't understand this VEC voltage. I think it should be selectable lower than 6 volts in case you have an older bird, but it's not. It only goes 6 and 7 too. So Startup time, I'll leave that soft. I don't know what that's about. Timing, I don't fool with that. Rotor rotation, I don't fool with that. Active FW, I'd have to look that up, but it's not something I normally deal with. And for reverse thrust, it doesn't matter. Govern gains, level 1. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna leave that alone. AR time, start reverse thrust channel 7. So that could be tricky. If you got a bird that's got 6 channels, which is flaps and retracts, so then the next channel would be available would be 7. But what I like to do is I like to make channel 7 safe in those birds. So then I want this to be 8. So then I'm gonna push that down, exit, arming. So if we're good, I should be able to, and I'm not going to go through any setup in the radio. I'm gonna just kind of see what's what. So if, all right, the motor's turning. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the switch that I would normally have, and there it is. So that's it, guys. That is your whole setup of reverse thrust. You're going that way, you're flying, you're ready to hit reverse. And boom, that's it. The whole process is done in there. Now, if you need to set it up in your radio, you would, first thing I would do is, get back to your menus, get to this one. And then, like I said, you got your big boys. You got your first 4, then you got gear, and then you got flaps. Then after, and this would usually be called flaps, but this is a test bird, so it doesn't even have that. Then you got safe mode, and then you got the gear, your thing. So you could, okay, aux 3, and then you could go back to this, or down to your channel assign. I'm sorry, could you see that down here? Mile adjust. So you can go to, I don't want that. You want to go to this one. You're gonna go to channel assign, long press, so it turns off the RF. So make sure you're in a safe area. So then switch A is gear, aux 1 switch D, then aux 2 switch B, and that would be safe mode, right? And then aux 3 is switch G. So that's the switch I like to use, is G right there. And I had set it up earlier, but it was, it's set up now in this radio, but it won't be set up for yours because I set it up when I thought this ESC was going to work. So before I had to do the update. So now it's set to G, right? So then, alrighty. If you didn't have it set up, just click it right there where it says G, and you hit your switch that you want, and bloop, it's going to go to the switch you want. Okay, so having said that, let's say you get in. So then I'm gonna back up. My my ESC came back on. I'm ready to fire on all cylinders. I'm gonna check my switch. It's showing that it's working right there. Let's say right now, and the reason why let's say, because it's actually what's going on with mine. My motor is spinning in the wrong direction. So that means the way I like my switch position to be, this is forward to me all the way down. And my whole thought trend is everything on my radio is full up to 0 when I start. And that means I'm safe, right? So this switch is down. That means I should be going forward. Well, in my specific case, it's going backwards. So in order for me to change that, get this set up. All right, move that a little bit. Ugh, it's light in the way. All right, so now I'm going to go to the servo setup. So I'm sorry. You go into model adjust, servo setup, and then you'll hit your switch. Make sure you're right, aux 3. Then I'm gonna just hit this. So now with the down position, I should be blowing air back. Let me check it. And it is. So then that's it. I'm switching in both directions. Everything I need. There is another thing I like to do. It's like a oh my goodness setup on the third position of the switch. So this will be forward flight. This will be reverse, where I can control it with a the stick proportion. And then its third position, I just like to make it go full throttle, just so in case I hit the ground, I'm new flyer, and I want to just, it could be 100% or whatever it is. I usually dial it in to stop the bird. You know, the main thing is I want to stop the bird. So if I dial it in and then it's like, that's weird because like, you hear that? And that's that brake that I set to 0, but it still does something. And when you're in the air with the aircraft and you shut the power off, you'll hear it making that sound when you're passing over your head. So, you know, some people like it, you know, I don't know. Some people might like it, I don't know. I just leave it to 0. But the more brake you apply, the more sound like that you're going to have. And the wind is going to be pushing the prop, so you're going to hear it. You're going to hear that sound. Anywho, that setting up that full stop amount, I'll set up in a separate video because it's not really pertaining to reverse thrust. This is reverse thrust. That's the whole procedure. That's all you need to do.